Krishna, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful Sunday. As this opportunity is given to all of us by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So we all can get together and discuss every material that He has given to us. So we want to offer our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada for allowing us to be together as close as we can and discuss these important topics of how we can apply these principles in our lives and then share with everyone. So I think, what the next, you know this prayer? You can try. You can try? Yeah, go ahead, give it a try. Let me see what's happening. Okay, go ahead.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurumiritam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Thank you for good job. Dr. Jesus, next one is 4 lines.
Chaitanya Nishtam Savitam Nena Udale Swayam Rupa
Navya, we are going to do this one, a long one, listening to the expert Navya. Microphone to her. Guess something.
Guess something. Jai Shri Krishna.
Very nice.
Oh.
Let's see. Let's see. Almost. Jai Krishna, Hey Krishna. Go ahead.
Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostute.
Very nice. So you have a challenge at 8 to 9 p.m. After 9 p.m. this will be your challenge to remember all this. Order at least. Not now, like order. What goes. Right? Sounds good? Okay, Rohini, you can do this one. What's number for this prayer? Please.
Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
What comes under this? Do you know this prayer? No, the small one. Yeah. What's her name?
Eva.
Eva, do you know this? Okay, give the microphone to her so you can say it. Go You're part of the family now. Once you come here, you become the family. You don't a stranger. Oh no, really? If you don't want, no worries. You can do it for her.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you for coming here. How did you find about us?
We are kind of, I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, we are reading Bhagavad Gita and
You live in
want to
Orlando?
know more.
You live in Orlando?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Very nice. So, and what's the small baby's name?
Theo.
Theo?
Yeah. Theo.
Theo. Okay. And then what's your name?
Tatiana.
Tatiana and your?
Maria.
Maria. Welcome all of you.
Thank
So
you.
all of us can welcome them by saying loudly Hari Bol. Special welcome for you guys. First time, keep coming more. Don't make this the last time.
Yeah.
Alright? Live in Orlando. And you have transport?
Yes.
Oh, great. If not, then we can always help you on the way to see you guys. Alright? So this is how we will be doing our discussion. Every Sunday you come, we all do it in a interactive way. So we all be part of this together. Okay, so now if someone asks you, what do you follow? So, if someone is from Indian background, what do you follow? I follow Hare Krishna, I go to the Krishna Mandir, I go to ISKCON. This kind of things will come to our mind to say what do we follow, right? Actually, no? What process do you follow? What do you do in terms of your religious activities? But what else can we say in a more, I would say correct way, right? What are we actually doing? So let's get back. Yes, Bajamanda?
We're following instruction.
Okay, that's good. Instruction to do what?
Instruction to serve, instruction to japa.
Yes, instruction to chant, right? So there's one instruction given to everybody, to chant the holy name. Right? Everything else will be part of the process. So this process of chanting is what?
Krishna consciousness.
Krishna consciousness, but more
Bhakti.
the meaning that we hear every time during the.
Oh, to be engaged in service. We're asking for service.
Right, right. And then what is this Hare Krishna mantra called? Mantra, right? Mahamantra or the mantra. Right? So from this mantra, now comes the meaning of the mantra. What is the meaning of the mantra? No. So you're right. The meaning of the word mantra.
Oh,
The application is of the Hare Krishna.
delivers the mind, something that delivers.
Exactly. So now, if we get asked this question, how comfortable or real or normal we feel to say, yeah, actually I'm following the process of delivering my mind. Does anyone disagree we're not doing this? Ramesh, you disagree we're not doing this? We're doing this, but we don't say this. And we are recognized by Dhoti Kurta, Indian, clothing, all those things comes right in the, right? Some people like, for the Western people they love to wear different clothing, so one way is good too. But what we are actually doing, Forrest, what are you doing here?
Being engaged in devotional service.
Nah, okay, that's good, that's nice. But what are you doing here? Why did you come here? He just said it.
So I'm
Next book, someone
Oh,
said
to liberate the mind.
exactly. I came here to deliver my mind. It's very hard to say this because my mind, something's wrong with the mind, then I can deliver, right? Otherwise, I won't deliver. Something's wrong there. I came, you go, like Rajendra Kumar, somebody who has some back pains. So if you had a back pain, you go to the dentist or to the eye doctor or to the maybe the chiropractor. If something to do with the bones, chiropractor or acupuncture, right? You won't go to anybody else. So we come here. So in Hindi, a temple is called
Mandir.
And what does mandir mean?
Mind.
Say it out.
Place where we liberate our mind.
Yes, place where we check up the mind. Check up the mind. That's how we can hear here. Mandir means we place check up the mind. Or proper way, this is a process we are trying very hard to liberate the mind, free the mind, or make this is all the things you can say, or make mind a best friend. You can also sit on a chair if you want to feel comfortable. Yeah, so great. So today's text, we are on chapter 9 in Bhagavatam.
We're in 13.
We are on 13. So I'll just jump on ahead with the permission. Because very, very important one here. And if we are coming to a place like this and not working on the mind, that means we are not in the right. No. Right. So mind is the game here. Mind playing the mind game. And when you go in the head with the drama, who else left here? Only you left in their time.
No?
Oh, President was here.
Yeah.
Aditya and Joshua, they were there too, and Santu was there.
Okay.
the mind. Okay, so we have to always be careful or focus. Okay, be focus of my goals. Now, if you have a business, your goal is what?
To grow the business.
Either the two, make profit or loss.
Make money.
Anyone doing business for a loss? Nobody? That's not for business. So business is to make profit. So we have to come, the main profit to come into our center created by Srila Prabhupada is to do what? Making sure that I'm working on the process of freeing up my mind, relieving my mind, and eventually making mind my
Friend.
best friend. Best friend. That is like a friend over there. Best friend. Because otherwise the mind will remain the
Greatest of any.
it's just any very good. I like this words because this is what we should have a session called Prabhupada's Progress. GBC meeting. They don't have these things. Yesterday the devotee gave a good class. You have anyone go to class? Leadership.
We can probably pull it up. They recorded it. We'll be able to pull it up and share.
Yeah. No, he
I
gave
don't
good.
think that one was recorded.
No, that was not recorded. Some privacy issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying that, he had a great class, but he didn't mention Krishna in that. Krishna is a great example of a good leader. And Brahmanda Prabhu gave a class here. Krishna is a great leader 2 years ago. It was a very important one. So we have to know that I'm going to school, somebody, to pass the exam, or to just make friends, or just to do what? What are we going to do school for?
Like to prepare us for the future, like when
This future means the next class. You don't end up the same class, right? Not the only future I can see. You can move to the next one. Okay, so this is the text we will discuss. And very, very important, kind of famous in a way that people give classes on this text too. So next week is Ram Navami. Actually, this Sunday we are celebrating the appearance of Lord Rama. Big festival will be here next week, so please whoever is available, come join us in different ways with different activities. So let's prepare our mindset to receive the Lord where? In our hearts. Which is same as the mind. Heart and mind are not too different. So when we think heart is not too different, it's the same. Right? So the soul is a little different. Soul is different. Thank you, Balash, for the nice shoe, right? Did you buy another one? No.
Someone needs to assemble.
And then, if someone's mind is not listening to you, then what do? You go to the shoe rack, the Palash pot, pick up any shoe you like. That's why Palash bought the shoe rack. You can choose whichever shoes. It could be at men's, ladies. What's the brand name? Shoe brand name. Fancy brands. Right? Or the roller skate. Where's the name? Okay. Tenu kampanu samikshamanu. I'll do 2 lines together. Then we repeat on that. Tenu kampanu samikshamanu bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam.
Tattenu kampanu samikshamanu bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam.
Tattenu kampanu Susamikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam.
Tattenu kampanu samikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam.
Ridvagvapubhir vidadan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhak.
Namaste, Jivetayo Mukti Pade Sadaya.
Ridvagvapubhir vidadan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhak.
Namaste, Jivetayo Mukti Pade Sadaya.
Anyone can figure out any words here? You would know the meaning in English.
Daya.
Daya means compassion. Okay, good.
I'm trying to guess which ones, because I know one of the words means like waiting patiently. But it's like, I think I'm gonna guess it's Shushamik Shaman. Like
Okay,
that.
Shushan Shaman, very
Yeah.
patiently. Yeah,
Is Mukti liberation?
Mukti liberation. Oh.
Pade is path.
Pade, surrender, path, notice, sweet release. Mukti Pade is two words together. Anybody else?
Jiveta.
Jiveta.
Jiva.
Jiva. So, yep. Good. Let's see. That's all. That's all. Which way going? They are bhagus together, so rightful care and mukti pade, the position of liberation. The pad means position and of liberation. And which else was there? Which I always said there? Susamik Shamana, earnestly hoping for. And where is the word daya here?
Daya
Last
Bhav
word.
is
Daya-
the
okay,
right
Daya
word.
Bhav. So, okay, daya. It's
Daya,
daya,
not
not
daya.
daya. It's the line that comes. Sure. Even that sound comes is fine. It's fine. No big deal. Hare Krishna. Okay, is audible at the back? Yes, Prabhu, welcome back to the United States of America. Hare Krishna. Any problems with the immigration? I didn't ask you to check 16 pounds, then I'll tell you, right? Okay, and also welcome back to Sri Prabhu. Sri Prabhu didn't even feel like he back to his service right away. Like, didn't feel any special welcome required here. Okay, Sri Prabhu, we'll start with you, okay? So we can do the translation with the microphone in your hands. Microphone is where? Nishi is back also. Hare Krishna.
Translation. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim.
Anyone knows what is the chapter name? Raise your Brahma. Very nice. Yes. So who sing this? Brahma. So now Brahma is saying that one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causes mercy, that's also always there, mercy is coming, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of our past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart. So we can section it out. Suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds. This is one of the key parts which we will be discussing today. And then of course we are going through so much difficulty, so we'll offer our obeisances to the heart, waiting for the mercy of the Lord, is surely to receive liberation or become eligible for liberation. You know, say something like you good? Okay. Anybody else? I would like someone to say some things to this text, what they understood or translation. I mean, I just gave a small gist. Paresh?
So like I was like the rightful claim is the word that I was thinking about. So it said that like rightful claim. So everywhere, like we said that whatever mercy comes and comes, but here the word claim, I feel like, so who has done all these things is bound to get that.
And okay, good. Why we can say that I will have a rightful claim? What is happening in the same text here for me to say, yes, I have a rightful claim?
We're suffering and hurting.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, rightful claim, basically you can think of your own work examples. You work 40 hours a day, a week, and then what do you expect? Liberation or Lokhra? That's money, right?
Yeah.
That's our liberation. And weekend, everything is finished in the weekend. So we are suffering for 5 days, for 2 days of Kamanadala Jala Talamana. Spot of water on the top of the leaf. Lotus leaf. Okay. Now, that's right, Guru. The suffering. So what does it mean? What does it tell us? To get liberation, we have to You don't want to hear these words. What kind of word is Krishna? To pray to Krishna for suffering? But
Be patient.
be patient. Now the suffering word is true. We will suffer. Now why are we going to suffer? It's also mentioned up here. Few or one of okay, so every one of you agree and accept. Little difficult maybe to accept, I don't know. But this is what it is. This system works in a different way than our books. Right? You can even make up a resume and apply and get a job. And you get a good job too. But here we cannot do that. Past misdeeds will come in play. Everyone good? 10th canto was such a nice, someone born about Krishna's fast name, then this is also coming there. Eye-opening. You know, Lord Brahma, who is our senior God brother, right? Now he is going through this difficulty. Why he has to see this day? Or why he has to suffer? What did he do? The last time? Brahma, Vimohan Leela, taking away all the cow head boys and the cows, right? Cows. So now, anyway, so now he's feeling this up. From this text, we are getting a good gist of the reality that is happening in our lives. One part is the misdeeds, past misdeeds. In other words, in the other famous word we use, in karma, right? Past karma, the reaction of the past karma will come. And to go over that, we have to either suffer or enjoy. But the enjoyment in the material world is also suffering. It's not going to be only good things. It's also enjoyment, it's also suffering. Because you'll enjoy for how long? And then finishes, then again you're losing that out. But after going through this process, what do you going to get at the end?
Liberation.
Yes, you become a rightful claimant of the work of liberation. What if Narada Muni was walking with Krishna, and Narada Muni knows Krishna can do anything, and he asks this question. I don't want any of us to ask, not me or you guys to ask. Said, Krishna, you are such a creator of a wonderful place. Everything is great in your kingdom, but I also want to know what is Maya. Maya means in English illusion. That which is not. Maya means that which is not. So Narada Muni said, I want to see this. What did Krishna say? Okay, one day. Take it easy. It's not an important thing, but take it easy. So they were walking further down. I said, Narada Muni, can you bring me a glass of water? Right? Narada Muni said, okay, I'll go and fetch some water. He went to a home to find water. I said, knock, knock. Can I get some water? Out comes from that house a beautiful Apsara looking very beautiful like a lady. And Narada Muni said, oh my gosh, wow, so good looking. And then he developed the desire to marry her. Some people say, to marry her. And then they married. And then they had kids. And then grandkids, and then the family went bigger and bigger. And then I think some kind of flood or some hurricane, some something came. And everyone was running for their lives. Right? And Narada Muni was saving himself in the Maya or the illusion phase. The family was drowning, the kids were drowning, he couldn't save anybody. At the end, when he opened his eyes, he's at the same place where he was with Krishna. And Narada said, I don't want to see Maya again, I don't desire to see this thing again. So even though we know Krishna can do this as well, what else Krishna can do? He can show us Maya. What else can he do?
Take Maya away.
Take Maya away, and what else can he give us? Bhakti, nice, that's a keyword. He can also give us bhakti. So some of us may be doing bhakti, but also want to enjoy Disneyland sometimes in the weekends. Right? So these things can come. So let me go to Disney and check my japa. Americans before you do. So we are not Narada Muni, he won't give us a big test like that, he gave to Narada Muni, but we all have to be ready to know that this can come. So these are all small steps which we may take, will end up in the accumulation of past karma. Then whenever this karma, how to ready, what's the word? Rectify the karma is through
Suffer.
self-suffering. Go through suffering. And as long as we're going to stay in this material world, you have to suffer. Okay, great. So let's continue to read these verses. Who wants to go? Gopi Bhav, you want to read this first paragraph? You have it?
Srila Sridhar Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness, following the regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga, automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God.
What do you get from this?
You just have to do devotional service. It's very simple. Srila Prabhupada says you just have to be alive in Krishna consciousness. You just have to do Krishna consciousness every day while you are alive, and then you get promoted at the end of your life.
Yeah, so remaining alive in Krishna consciousness and at least following the regular principles of Bhakti Yoga. Whatever requirements are there, you can also do that. So then only we become eligible. So remaining alive, what else it means in regular words, in regular world, the way we live? Remaining alive.
To do something
Survive.
else.
Keep doing it constantly. What's that?
Survive.
Survive, and what else you do? We have to. Just keep going to the gym. One day it will be recognized. So keep going. You cannot sleep and think and watch the reels. Oh my God, look at the gym. This guy going to the gym. We have to go as well. This is one example I'm giving, right? We have to remain alive. Basically means we have to constantly. Who said that? Constantly keep going or keep doing these things. We have to. Otherwise, it doesn't say otherwise. Here will come the next one. So be ready for that. Disclaimer, warning, alert. He will be promoted to kingdom of God. Wow, amazing. I'll do this. I'll come to temple every Sunday. Chant like sincerely. I'll go to kingdom of God Wednesday. Amazing. Hari Bol. So now, here, up to this part here, Nalini Mataji, you want to give a try?
From the word.
Yeah.
The word su samiksham mana indicates that a devotee earnestly awaits the mercy of the Supreme Lord even while suffering the painful effects of previous sinful activities. Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee who fully surrenders unto him is no longer liable to suffer the reactions of his previous karma.
Nice. Do you know any text which says this or close to this? No? Okay, that's fine. Someone else will share what you can mention your understanding from this.
We can override karma, which is a good news for me.
Yeah.
That's how much I understand.
That's good, that's good, that's nice, very nice. Forrest, what do you understand from this section that she read? Any points that stands out to you?
So, the devotee who fully surrenders himself unto the, is no longer liable to suffer. That really stands out to me. Just in.
What is the way you will measure the devotee who fully surrenders? What is your terms of measurement? What's your terms? Fully surrenders, just like you said. No less.
Honestly, I think that in doing my bhakti and getting better at doing my 16 rounds every day,
Okay.
that is kind of how I'm
So that's
measuring it.
quantifying it, very nice. So you have bhakti, and you mentioned 60 rounds, and 16 rounds have been given to us by
Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada. Good. So we are now connecting back to the authority. At least this is to go to that, starting with one,
Yeah.
then just goes to it. But that's very good. So it's a nice way to quantify it. Anyone else wants to quantify, or so not really, or share something that says good news, I can get better, and get removed of my sinful activities. That's everyone's goal. Yes, Shah. Because the microphone at the back, please.
The 9 processes, types or kinds of devotional service. hearing, chanting, worshiping, etc. Offering one's own self, Agni Vedana.
Nice, yeah. Any one of those activities we do, that gives you more details of what to be done to get free from the painfully. This keyword is what? Suffering from the what? Suffering the word pain is a very big word because everyone is pain in so many different ways. Vishnu, you say something?
Sometimes we speak of our chanting and service as different things. We're praying for service, but the first service is the chanting itself. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smarnam.
Perfect. That's what you call it. What was that? What nama of this? What S is that?
Sadhana.
Sadhana. Nice. Very good. Seva is always the last. Sadhana is the first. So, Siksha first. Siksha, what you doing here? Swas is the first. Swas, that's your job. Take care of your health. Go to gym and be happy and healthy. Then comes Siksha, which you do right now. Then comes sadhana, chanting, nicely understanding. Then seva. And then the more you do your chanting, the more you want to do seva. The more you do seva, the more you want to do
Chanting.
right. Seva and sadhana more and more goes together. Hey, he was fine to stay here. He didn't make any noise. Okay, yes. If you need any help, we will let them know. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, Shranjali, you ready for your turn now? This is a very heavy one, so I'm going to tell you to read this one. However. Oh my gosh. Control plus, no, that will make the whole screen bigger. There's a thing here.
There's in the settings.
Settings.
Okay.
All the way is
It's
Yeah,
gonna
all
be
the way
really
it's gonna be
good.
two
Like,
words.
there.
Yeah.
That's,
Escape.
but it's bigger.
Yes, thank you, Manisha, for your helpful teacher always. Yes, so please everybody pay attention. It's good news with some seriousness, however.
However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions.
That much. Explain in terms of real life situations. But first you got to understand, just to make sure everyone understands this.
Yeah, it's like because the devotee is in the mind, his mind, the devotee may still maintain this some kind of sinful activities in the mentally, right? But Lord removes that this by enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishment, right? Or punishment he gives, and that way he can. So in the devotee's life, like if punishment is there, but like it's mercy, Lord's mercy, because of the previous karmic reactions. So
That's nice, yeah. So the Lord will remove the enjoying spirit by giving us punishment. And if someone of us punish each other, our punishment may be that grave, you know. Even firing from a job is not a very big punishment, you can find another job. But can you imagine a punishment given to us by Krishna? What could be the extent of punishment? You could really get bewildered. He is doing this with Brahma. Brahma can somehow manage himself. We are known to have so many types of mental disease, at least in this country or the world, going around. So much problems are going around, right? Those punishment are going to be on what level of painfulness? Very high. Because we will not be able to figure out what's going on. And the main part here, the first part here is because in our minds, a devotee, you can say any regular person, a devotee, which is most of us who practice in Krishna consciousness, may still maintain the remnants of the sinful mentality. What does it tell us? That means we are, or we could be having these ill thoughts or some problems, different things in our minds, even today. It was a good news, but this is overcoming of the good news, then you get the good news. Overcoming of this, then you get the good news. So where is the what do you call this? Enjoying spirit situated, kept at?
Is it in the mind?
Okay, if it's kept here in my fancy phone, what can I do?
Throw it away.
Throw it away. Very nice. Throw it away. Anything else? Throw it away. My new laptop. Throw it away. This, Nalini, you are a yoga teacher. How can you throw this away? Inside, not even here. How many of you seen your hands? How many fingers do you have in your hands? Right. Simple question. How many of you have seen your mind? Shobhi Mataji, have you seen your mind? You can do 9 minutes, then polish your fingers. Can we decorate our mind? Have you seen our mind? And the place that we can't even see is where the most powerful tendency is kept, which will tell me that whatever I'm doing is right. Anymore. But eventually I'm not. Sometimes big devotees, senior devotees, and I have had discussions with devotees, that this is the biggest cause. Sometimes we don't do this devotee, this happened. But this part, the subtleness part of this is always existing, which is causing us these difficulties. So Prabhupada's purpose, I love this board, hopefully they could bring these things in the meetings. This is where we have to discuss things. Sometimes people think, meetings we were having that it's difficult to invite people from all over the place. But this is what we discuss. We don't discuss anything different or religious or one particular sect here. The real life situation, right? Everyone who you are calling, inviting here has one thing in mind or no. That's it. We don't have to have anything else in mind. So this is the difficult part of not to accept this, that yes, right? Now if you have a tenants, like some of you have tenants maybe at home, in your homes, if they don't pay rent, what happens?
Kick them out.
Kick them out is not the easy what to do, man. So much difficulty, they never go out. In this country, you cannot kick them out.
Oh yeah.
So difficulty, you have to really cry painful tears yourself for something they are doing to you, not even you did. They want to pay your rent also. How to kick the mind out? That's so easy. This is the tenant living here for free. The tenant has to pay something, even though he delays the money, but pays. This tenant is living here for free and we're not able to take it out. So we could make this tenant your friend so they can listen to you what you say. So this part, if you can remember this text in 14.8, and this purport is very, very important because it all can come back to all of us any moment. We will never know this. And that's why sometimes we have difficulties amongst devotees. Krishna, Prabhupada used the word devotees. He didn't say regular. Regular is of course happening. Devotees. We are living with devotees. We want to live with devotees. They come to us and we don't want that to happen. Because if this happens, we should know our way out quickly because it's not going to happen to sort of, right? Kalash, you want to read from the purpose to the activity.
Yes, Prabhu. And Prabhu, the last one I wanted to add one here, the last thing, is that in the nectar of instruction there is one circle comes where from avidya, which is the root of ignorance, the papam, bijam, kutam, bijam, and then after that prarabdha karma, and after that suffering comes. So that the part where he is talking about devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, that is actually called as kutam, which is like the tendency to do sinful activities. So so if one does, one has a tendency to do sinful activities, then one acts or doesn't act on it, and one sometimes just small contemplation, like a Jamil story, like, something happened around then, or Sabri Muni thing happens, like
He
something
wasn't
happened.
participating himself.
Yeah,
But he saw and he kept it in the corner of his head somewhere.
yeah.
Got you. Everyone followed his story? Azamil's story. Azamil, mathematics, have you heard his personality yet? Okay, no, it will come soon. Sabri Muni is another one.
Yeah, so he saw fishes mating, and he was doing like underwater meditation for like thousands of years, and he saw fishes mating, and then he was like, all right, I got to marry 50 daughters of a king, and then we got 50 or 100 kids from each of them, so something like that. So he saw that, and that he fall down. So that was the tendency to do sinful activities, and then the contemplation happened, and after that he acted on it. And then after that, his prarabdha karma came, and then all his like sadhana meditation thing went to zero, and then like he had to restart again.
While he was already meditating, he was already on that level to do
Yeah.
go forward from there. But this is what the mind can do. The subtle body is made of
Mind, intelligence, and ego.
mind wants to take over intelligence and let the ego always remain sleeping. False. The individual will remain. So yeah, so this is a good example. Doing knowingly something wrong, like we all are devotees. Hey, Hare Krishna, smiling. Don't like this devotee. Like when you go to the stores, probably Walmart. Do you find everything okay? It's 10 p.m. They're still coming to store. But if you do this, right? You're not really happy to see them. Then we go to shopping late night. So they will not be happy, but it's not really from the heart. The mind is making us do these things. And fortunately now, Prabhupada's school is helping us to find ways to work on these things. Otherwise, we will think, my mind said this, somebody thought, yeah, maybe Krishna wants me to marry. Krishna doesn't want you to marry. You want to marry. You have to make sure draw this line. Otherwise, we will think of Krishna's name and do all the things that you want to do. Okay, bro, quickly. Purpose to activity.
The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord. And therefore, the particular punishment given for a sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produced the activity.
Tendency to enjoy without the Lord is what I usually say? Ram without? Ram Raj without Ram. Always. Mentality is there. Tendency to enjoy the Lord. Oh my God, let's go to the beach and this. We're enjoying those things, but we don't want to appreciate Krishna directly. So you want to add a few things?
Yes, Prabhu, same thing. So everyone is like so different. So Maya acts very different on each living entity. And then if one is in the path of devotion, then Krishna's punishment is curtailed to that devotee, so that he is like, alright, so you want to enjoy that, let me give you some punishment in that thing. Like, and then let me give you punishment. If you want to, like, let's say someone wants to do too much gambling or something, Krishna is like, alright, I'll have you lose all your money. And then like...
Okay, good. So the punishment word is again used in this section of the paragraph. What do we say? I am Krishna's devotee. Why is he punishing me? Maybe you guys, a few devotees won't say this. But it's a chance to say, I'm such a good... Prabhupada was coming to deliver all of us. Right? All of us means from the Western world. I'm also not from India, from a Western country. You're also from India. So he came to save us, yet he got
3 heart attacks.
3 heart attacks. Who gave the heart attack? Whatever it is, you can call it. But we can say, why did Prabhupada get this punishment? He was coming to help us. He was helping Krishna's mission. No one knew Krishna in the West. Who made Krishna famous in the West? What made Krishna in the West? He was only known in India, only Vrindavan. He came to the West and made Krishna famous in the whole world. That's why Krishna is paying him back to make Prabhupada famous every part of the world, wherever there is 7:20 a.m. in the world right now, Guru Puja is going on there. Right? That's how Krishna pays back his devotee. But he gave that difficulty. So we can ask, hey, we are praying to Krishna, we didn't want this nice thing, but he gives me punishment. Not that he got any punishment from Krishna yet. When?
Every time, like here and there.
Right? So the good news, Nalini, or the bad news is that we have to ask Krishna for what now? That's nice, Sunil. Punishment. Clean me up quickly. What clean me up means? Oh my, this everything is here. Our hand is doing nice things, but yet with the ill feeling towards a devotee and envy towards another devotee, hands are doing good. We can sing nice Hare Krishna. I want to be better than Bhajgopinda Krishna. Whatever you can think of. But this is what we have to ask. Sunil, you are right. Actually, we have to ask Krishna to clean me up with this difficulties. Okay, so you have to put there. Okay, Max, you know, give a try. From although, this is what we have. Okay, right?
Although a devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service, until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world.
Say something. Although a devotee has surrendered, okay, simple English. I have surrendered in Krishna's service from here or moved in here in the temple and I want to become perfect. Then comes the last few words. He may read it.
May maintain slight inclination to enjoy
Which
the false
means
happiness.
what? We should not trust ourselves fully that I have no other life, only Hare Krishna life. This is very subtle.
Yeah, I mean, we're here and we could surrender to the Lord's devotional service, but we started all this in the spiritual world with Krishna. We were there, and we still came down. Now we're here, so as the inclination is always there, as long as we have a body, yes.
Yeah, very nice, Max, very good. Yeah, so this is inclination to enjoy what kind of happiness? False happiness. So if you replace the word false with true, that means what? I want to enjoy the true happiness, and true happiness comes by serving, and false happiness comes by serving myself. Yeah, nice. So the Lord therefore, okay, the Lord therefore, Oscar, you at the back. Which one is the microphone there?
The Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing his devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to God.
Okay, something good here. Go ahead.
So when we do experience punishment or suffering, we can take it as if why is the material world doing this to us, or why me? Or we can have the mentality of Krishna is putting me in this situation for a particular reason, for me to like learn or to purify me in order to become a more sincere devotee.
Okay, very nice. And what Max said before, they are enjoying something of the although he is slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness, right? So now to go over that, to complete that out, Prabhupada says here that's not technically a karmic reaction. Past misdeeds, past karmic activities. Now, when we are surrendered to the Lord of becoming perfect, completely in perfect Krishna consciousness, until he becomes perfectly in Krishna, complete in Krishna consciousness, completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, that does not count as karmic reaction. That counts as what? Second line. The Lord, yes, the Lord's special mercy for helping me getting removed of all his false claims to enjoy the material world. Can you follow? So now, before the text, the transport began, Prabhupada was talking about the misdeeds, the difficulties, the punishments, everything else. But slowly, slowly also mentioned here, when we also in our bhakti life try to surrender to Krishna more sincerely, like first said, what happens then? We are asking the Lord to give me the mercy right? Now, what is the Lord's special mercy here? Meaning? Yes, Prabhu, thank you. You guys are amazing. I know you guys already know this. The right keywords. The Lord's special mercy, actually meaning punishment. Punishment is nobody wants, right? Right? Time out. Did you time out or no? Yeah. So nobody wants it. But when we are maturing in our Krishna consciousness, slowly, slowly, we understand that I need to get rid of these things which could be there. I don't know. My mind is wherever the part here, right? Membrane. Who's scientist here? Oh, doctor.
She is a scientist, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Next scientist. Rajul is a scientist.
Yes.
So dissecting of the mind. Right? Dissect the mind. Where, in what corner of the mind is this thought kept which I didn't know? Right? That I secretly love Krishna. How many of you secretly love Krishna? But kept it a secret. Didn't tell your wife or husband.
Keeping it a secret to myself.
Lorini, you love Krishna secretly? Which one? From Raja or from so Krishna, not the Krishna Prabhu, but the Krishna. So asking the Lord for His special mercy. And as we mature in our bhakti, we have to ask for the Lord's special mercy. Vishwanath Prabhu gave an amazing class about his own experiences, how difficult he went through. Yet he said, that day I was kind of like, being emotional because you had given a very difficult part of your story, but you only kind of like became emotional when you said, when Prabhupada left the stage. I said, that's not the big deal. The big deal is you are suffering on handcuffs every day. That's not my part that I was. You should cry about that part. But you said that was Prabhupada's success when you, through being one of the persons, became free, and those guys, whoever went away, no more brainstorming or whatever they're doing. Deprogramming. That was really weird to me. Prabhu became emotional when Prabhupada left the planet. And you already went through so much difficulties of so many weeks of being handcuffed and those things. But continue to depend on Prabhupada's mercy, to the Lord's mercy. And this book is enough to tell us that Prabhupada is telling me this. You send them mercy through Krishna, through you from Krishna. I will accept whatever way it can be. So also good, makes sense. We are asking for the Lord's special mercy. Now, when you are sometimes managing your work life and spiritual life, what are you going to ask Krishna? Simple words. Lord, show me your special mercy. Because if you tell the Lord, I am yours. You have to tell them. We have to tell them. This our life. Hey, how much money can we make? What's the maximum we can live? Maybe, live while working. What's the retiring age? 60. Just say 60. So 60 is really going to be ready to enjoy the life after that too. After that, what are you going to do? You really can enjoy so much. We all enjoy working hard. Does you understanding me? English, right? Yeah. We all enjoy working hard, but only after 60 years. 60 years people are still, right? But not after that. Then they find a job in Walmart or something. Different. Right? So we want to continue to work. So we know this much. So same way, we want to Krishna to please give me, either you call it punishment, Krishna, or you call it special mercy. I want it because I want to be yours fully. Okay, let's see how much more. That's the last. Krishna, you go this one? Let's do up to the, I'll tell you. Okay, they are back.
A sincere devotee earnestly desires to go back to the Lord's abode. Therefore, he willingly accepts the Lord's merciful punishment and continues offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with his heart, words, and body. Such a bona fide servant of the Lord, considering all hardship a small price to pay for gaining the personal association of the Lord, certainly becomes a legitimate son of God, as indicated here by the words Dayabak. So this whole, even the previous, everything building up to this mentality, a good example I can think of, something actually, when I was younger, I worked on a horse farm. And when you train a young horse, or you break a wild horse and basically make it follow your instruction, at first, you have to make it run around, run in circles, same way like when soccer coaches, you make your teammates do drills, you put them through hardship. But even though you're putting the horse through hardship, you're like hitting it with a whip, telling it to run, it still follows the command. It follows the command because at the end, it knows when you go back to the stable, it's going to get taken care of, it's going to get washed. It purposely listens to your instructions, even though it's difficult, or when an athlete listens to their coach, they're pushing beyond what they'd normally be physically comfortable to do, because they know that once you go through all of that, that punishment, that severe work, or that the Lord, or in this case your trainer, is putting you through, at the end, you'll have a relationship that is much more deeper. A lot of like, that care that, you know, this is love, this isn't.
So everyone's following him. In the beginning, it may not look like love. The host could be thinking that this guy will like beat me up or chase me or make me scared. But in his mind, the trainer's mind is to make him more lovable, in the sense that yes, I want to understand you, you understand me. Take some time to show you a stick sometime, or the whip, or whatever you call it. But this is a very nice, good example. So that's a good way to see here, indicated by the word Dayabha. Right? So this part again I want to emphasize here. The Lord, I just want to make sure I'm not Prabhupada using these words, I want to present to everybody in a good way to accept it. The Lord's merciful punishment. You know, that's one thing that accepted by Prabhupada saying this. Which means, to go closer to the Lord, we have to accept the Lord's merciful punishment. Please accept it. So, you know, this, we should not debate too much about these things, but, you know, we can discuss this in more rapidly sometimes if you require me personally to see what's happening really. But representative of the Supreme Court saying this, so to understand it properly, how to receive that punishment. Right? Sometimes the punishment comes with simple instructions. But you know, outside of the change 16 rounds. So that's not a punishment. Okay? One time a devotee was getting initiated. I think so this told this before. And the devotee was so happy actually. But the way he was receiving the beads and promising you, Maharaj, I'll chant 16 rounds every day and follow the 4 eggs and tears coming from the eyes. And the initiating expression master said, it's not that difficult. Sounds like I'm giving a punishment, but no, it's not a punishment. Sometimes it was a joke actually. But 16 rounds chanting, don't make that a punishment, you know. And if you do it, you're only gonna space yourself out a little longer to get the mercy. So if you can divide these two words, mercy and punishment, right? If we are accepting in the mood of, oh my God, why? Then it's punishment. If you're taking nicely, then it's mercy. So the merciful punishment will at the end becomes what? Mercy. 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 Somebody said mercy. Very nice. Good. Anybody who said that? So just like last line here. Let's go with that. How about you? Can you give it a try?
Just as one cannot approach the sun without becoming fire, one cannot approach the Supreme Pure, Lord Krishna, without undergoing a rigid purificatory process, which may appear like suffering, but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal hand of the Lord. So, the analogy of the sun, the closer you get to the sun, it gets hotter, and eventually you're gonna just burn up and you're just gonna become part of the sun, just because of the properties. And same thing, when you approach Lord Krishna, when you approach the Supreme Pure, you're going to be pure in the process of getting there. And the closer you get to it, the more cured you're going to be of whatever ailments you have until you're eventually completely purified and you can actually be in that same realm.
Yeah, yeah, and again those words, rigid purificatory process. What do we do with these words? What do we do with these words? Rigid purificatory process.
What do we do with them?
Yeah, we accept them.
Ah.
We have to accept it, right? Usha Mataji, making sense to you? Right? Rigid purificatory process. So now, for example, you, another Gurupa, you have to come and do some services here. You have to leave early or go early, or you're not able to wake up and she's ready to come here. Those sometimes difficulties come. And what do you have to do that time?
Go anyways.
Do something to make it happen, yeah. You set your priorities right and do something. Yesterday Krishna was busy and Monisha was here. So different services she could have done today too, but she was here on Friday for the other things. And yesterday she was there. So sometimes you might feel like I want to be together with my loved ones. Like how many of you have loved someone, right? And you must have had a breakup. I'm not saying don't share with me. But breakup must have happened too. I'm not asking, but I'm asking something different. You also, someone said that you secretly love Krishna, Rohini. Have you had a breakup with Krishna yet? Why not? He's never, I always see you alone, he's never with you. What kind of Krishna is this? Forget about you. The gopis who are doing so much to make Krishna happy, he comes in front of them as 400 forms. Vishnu. What do they go through? You know? So, yeah, we have situations in our relationships. Now we are trying to understand the love of Krishna. And to get the love of Krishna will come with some what? What's the word used?
Special mercy.
No, that's a good one, but in the regular terms here, comes with the
Punishment.
the package or something you said. Is that what it's used?
Package. Return to sender.
Like all encompassing package.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes life doesn't come in one piece, right? I know there is some life that doesn't come to my mind right now, but it doesn't come so easily. Hence, it will come with some ups and downs in your lives, right? So this is why we are trying to. Now we know at least that Krishna actually loves me, and it is me. Now this is should not be in a negative way. That it is me who has all these problems. That I always have to go through purificatory process each time. What's the answer?
Yeah.
Thank you, Oscar. If you don't believe, ask Oscar. Oscar's done very hard, and I really appreciate Oscar. You've been here. He came here once only, somehow hearing the wisdom of the sages, and he took a beat the first day. When someone takes a beat on the first day, I'm always worried about that person. On the first day beat, because I don't really give it first day beat. Just keep coming, slowly, slowly. He's coming regularly, and I like your necklace. Where did you get that from? Alacho, very good. That's nice. That's usually the pandits who do the fire sacrifice. So now you're wearing that, he will train you up. Okay, now we have some time left. Everyone, please, take this text, read this text again and again, and talk to yourself. You need to be talk to me. Difficulty, some question?
No.
Okay, now we have some mercy coming. So we have all things. Okay, Christopher, okay. Can you quickly make seven groups? Seven groups quickly. So, and give me the number of your groups. So I don't know how many. Where's Rasipika? And Chitusi Mataji.
The group was preparing.
Oh, he's in the back.
Yeah.
Chitusi Mataji.
7 people in the group or 7 groups in total?
7 groups. Yeah, 7 groups in total. 7 groups in total. Please make 7 groups in total. And no, you can do it. You can.
Maybe like 6.
I do it.
I can count. I'm not a counter. 7 groups.
Maybe like 6.
Okay, Rishi, go there. Rishi go there, and this can be quick too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that group? One group? Minutes?
5.
You have one group there,
Yeah.
and you can make one group. Okay. So who wants to pick number 7? Who wants to pick number 7? Which group?
7.
7, 6, 6, 5, 5. Who wants to be 4? 4. Who's your team members? All those get 4, and then 3. 3, and then
We got 3.
okay, 3 is in the back. 3 is in the back. Then 3, 2, and 1 from here. So make 2 groups from here. 2 and 1. Now we know. Make 2 groups. 2 and 1. Okay, great.
We're not 1.
So the questions will be on the screen. Okay, again, this is the exercise about spotting. Spotting the enjoying spirit. Okay, spotting the, what do you call it? We play in Christmas. What game is it called?
White elephant.
White elephant. White elephant. Okay. So now the real elephant which is inside here, not outside here. Spotting the enjoying spirit in daily life. Number 1, who's group number 1? Okay, your question is procrastination in devotional duties. Example, delaying in chanting, sleeping, going seminar. So something about that. You talk about that and we'll share it. Right. Number 2, seek. I'll put up all of them. Yeah, all of them here. Number 2, seeking comfort. All of us say, oh my God, 5:55. I'll wake up next thing you say 55. Mangalarti. Number 2, you got this? Number 3, group, being easily disturbed by criticism. Where were you? 4 p.m. We're disturbed, right? Okay? Give examples together. Desiring your recognition. Yeah, I can clean them, mopping, sweeping, no one tell my name. Making excuses instead of taking responsibility. Who's good at this? All of us. Number 5, group number 5. Number 6, performing services mechanically. And feeling envious of other devotees. In the class we discussed pretty much everything. So I wanted all of us to, in your groups, discuss these things and what is coming out as procrastination, what is coming out as comfort, what other examples are happening there. Okay, everyone got this? Any more explanation? Go ahead, I give you 5 minutes.
Prabhu, the goal is to come with examples, like in our life.
Yeah, try to give you a life, but when you mention not to mention this is somebody else. It's mentioned as a group. When you share your results, don't mention anyone's name, just
So like, from example,
So we'll put the camera this way now.
like, so I wake up at 6, I get ready, I get cold, oh, I'm gonna sit on my phone for an hour, oh, I gotta cook dinner, oh, I'm gonna be this, and that, oh, I why did you, somebody make something procrastinate because the service is lower tier priority. I procrastinate on the lower tier, make sure that I'm using my minimum time, my minimum whatever is important. So I don't know, it's really kind of like it's not because I want to procrastinate on it, it's just because like you just
So just want to make sure that everyone is focusing on spotting the enjoying spirit. And enjoying spirit is a false enjoyment. Okay? So trying to enjoy and think I am right. Yes. Everyone make sure. Spotting the enjoying spirit.
Think about like taking your responsibility, you have a children, done the work.
Yeah, that's how I justify it. Right, that's black and white case. That's wrong. But prioritizing your family and the
Yes. Okay. So we will end here because the next part is discussing, sharing will take more time. So Hare Krishna. 1 point and not even 1 minute because 1 minute it takes 36 will be like very quickly. So starting with this one, let's put this group here first. What number going? Okay, share something quickly. Number 5. Making excuses instead of taking responsibility is what kind of leader? It's called a diminisher leader. Right? Mr. Prema, you heard this or not? Listen to this. Okay. Okay, Bhash Govinda, your group. Fast. You ready? Is you ready?
Okay.
What number?
Number 7.
Number 7. Feeling envious of other devotees' success. Especially when they are praised in front of others in public. And spotting the enjoying spirit. Why not me?
Okay, we had an example of like kirtan, you can say, of people giving someone a lot of compliments about their kirtan versus you went up to do a kirtan and then no one really said anything to you. So you're feeling envious of the other person getting a lot of like, recognition and you got no compliments.
And then you guys are working on it not to receive any compliments, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Here, the mood is here is what? Max, Bhakta Max, you did amazing seva today. What's the response? That's it. That's the answer. We do that all again. Make sure really doing it like great. So you guys done. You got ready?
Yeah.
Please quickly.
So ours was question 5, making excuses instead of taking responsibility. One of the ones we talked about was japa. How to manage your time. So obviously you think I want to chant 16 rounds, but I have to go to work.
I have to fold my clothes, I have to iron my clothes, I need to cook dinner, I need to fold my clothes for tomorrow, I need to make my lunch for, oh, look at the time, I need to go, I'll do
So
my...
everything else is happening except japa.
Yeah, so you're always pushing it back, it's like, I'll do it the next day, I'll do it the next day. But
Okay.
it's an excuse.
Okay, so everyone who's not doing 16 rounds can follow Krishna Brahma, he'll help you out. How he folds his clothes, how he cooks in his own food, and how he does 16 rounds. Okay, who's ready next? Krishna Brahma, yeah. What number?
Okay, ours is number 6, performing service mechanically. So we've all had experience of the mind wandering during japa. And somehow the lips are moving and the fingers are moving, but the mind is a million miles away. And the question came up, well, do we want to chant, just quantity or quantity? And the answer is we have to do the minimum quantity, but you want the best quality possible. So the mantra is Krishna himself, and it gives us something for the mind to latch onto. When we find it wandering, bring it back to the mantra, and it'll wander again. Bring it back to the mantra, wander again, and we're training the mind. We're training the mind to be attentive to the sound of the holy name. The more we can do that, the more we'll actually relish that this mantra is Krishna himself, the most beautiful, the all-attractive person in the form of sound vibration. And we just have to get over these obstacles that the mind.
Right. So keep doing it, keep going at it as much as you can, and one day it will happen. Eventually, yeah, nice. Number 3 group is ready? Which group is ready? You got number? What's number?
One thing we talked about, we were number 1, procrastination.
Procrastination.
One thing we talked about was like the phone. You're always like 5 more minutes, it's 50 more minutes, it's an hour later. Oh, just, okay, yeah, you're procrastinating, do your japa. Especially if you left it for the end of the day. Right. And then you procrastinate to the last minute where you're like, okay, I have exactly an hour and 50 minutes to do my japa, and that's exactly how long it takes me to do them.
Nice, very nice. Which group, which number? Oh no, Shilpa, can you share one point? Shilpa wants to share one point quickly.
Just say what I
Yes,
told you.
one from the talk, discussion, one nicely.
Today's talk was really, really personal to me because from start to finish, we talked about how somebody can say Hare Krishna or come to the temple and something negative happens. So I hurt my foot really, really badly, and it just prevents me from being with my friends. Not that being with my friends is bad, but we eat and do things that wouldn't necessarily be Hare Krishna. So my foot is going to bring me to the temple quite a few Sundays. And if I'm not here, I'll be with my parents.
Oh my God.
So today's
So
lecture
it's
was
good food group, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
My fault. Nice, thank you. This is the person that you told me. Neeraj Prabhu, the group ready?
Yes. So Mataji will start.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Which number 3, right? Being easily disturbed by criticism. 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Our discussion was being easily distracted by criticism.
Yes.
Well, that happens to, I would say, to me every time. But
Honest, nice.
But
Sincerity.
I learned to overcome. And for my subjects, I'm always up to the Krishna's dressmaking. And every time I make it, I feel kind of like something's missing. It happened to me in the past, before you took over, that I had a comment that, oh, your dresses are so simple, no good. But it's okay. If I would have disrupted and not start doing it, then I would have come to the point that what it's supposed to be. So it did disturb me, yes. But when I went home and sit down, I told myself, I think there must be something for Krishna, what Krishna wants it. And I guess I came in better than what I was used to do before. So that's what I can
the
say.
Lord and the Lord. See, this is a good thing. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Let us all give a nice applause because it is very, people cannot want to say personal things. It becomes, everyone will know me. No? And then Mataji has been making the dresses, the Nitan, bro, give me a few hours. The dress Mataji made was, we put it on, the white one, Gaurav Purnima, that's with Mataji. And now, Ram Navami, we will have a green one coming up. So, your Sabha is being heard by Nita Gonataraj. Right? So, what you did, you were crying in your heart. You're crying in your heart, and you still say, Krishna, I'm having difficulties. of feeling criticized, but I still want to do your seva. You figure it out. And he has to figure it out. He's figuring it out. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice.
And dresses are so nice.
And dresses are amazingly nice, of course. No one, yeah. Even Mataji didn't know what she meant that dress one day. She was.
I did not.
So that's very good. Okay, who's next?
Can I quickly say one thing about being, number 2, seeking comfort over seva. Today it's raining very heavily outside and everyone still decided to come to temple. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, nice. Yes.
Number 4, desiring recognition. We discussed about Karn, how Karn was for whole life. He was desired for his recognition, for his, he's a good archer. So for that he chose bad company instead of choosing Krishna. So that is like desiring recognition. Sometimes we our desire for recognition is so intense that we take sometimes long steps.
And sometimes it's good to appreciate, like today you're wearing a nice sari, Matas, you appreciate you wearing this.
Oh, thank
Everyone
you.
else make sure that you notice that. And then you say, it's nice, good. For Krishna, that's great. Any group missing or all covered? All covered. So thank you very much. This was an amazing discussion and maybe some of you have heard it personally. But Prabhupada's purpose, please, this purpose, wear a garland of this purpose if you can. It's amazing. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.